I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix, everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 10. Join the teenagers with attitude in a story about what makes a hero a hero. All this and more. Let's hop on in, shall we? Alrighty then, so the last issue of this series was pretty crazy, right? Alternate futures, evil rangers, it was a lot to take in, so it might come as a surprise that this new issue actually dials things down quite a bit and does a one-and-done story. We join the Rangers fairly early on in their career fighting a plant monster at the Reflecting Pond in DC. This creature has a nasty regenerative ability, which means that it can regrow limbs quicker than the Rangers can hack it off. They do, however, find out that if they're able to shoot his chest, they should be able to defeat him, and as such, Billy the Blue Ranger gets the call to shoot him. Only here's the thing, he can't do it. Billy totally freezes up, and Kimberly has to be the one to step on in and save the day. No one on the team is harsh to Billy or anything. In fact, they pat him on the shoulder and say, hey man, you'll get him next time, this work is hard, could have happened to any of us. But Billy, who also has narration duty this issue, really starts to beat himself up and second guess himself all over the place. Keep in mind, this is still really early in the Rangers' life cycle as heroes, and as such, Billy starts to beat himself up, wondering if he's cut out for this hero work. So much to the point he even checks out a copy of Joseph Campbell's book, The Hero's Journey, although of course it's not called that here in the comic, it's called The Hero's Quest, but that's what it is, to try and see if he can find a way to make himself be more heroic. This is actually a great idea for an introspective story. Again, this is Billy we're talking about. At the beginning of the Power Rangers series, he was meek, he was timid, he was a thinker, he wasn't athletic, he wasn't a fighter, and now even when he's trying to make himself more assertive, he does so in such a wonderfully nerdy fashion by trying to find a book or a manual to help him out. Now obviously, if you're anything like me and grew up watching Power Rangers, you would know over time Billy dropped the more stereotypical nerd aspects of his personality and just kind of became like everyone else. It wasn't really intentional character growth, but he did undergo a major change from season to season, series to series, and it's cool to see Kyle Higgins kind of make that the backbone of a story here. To try and overcome his inadequacy, Billy pushes himself harder than ever before in the command center's VR room, going through millions and millions of high-risk scenarios wherein he would be forced to make life or death shots, which he manages to pull off. Zack sees that he's really running himself ragged and tries to get him to open up and talk about it. He does so, saying how, he doesn't know if he's cut out for this hero work and how at home he's actually been staying morphed just to try and, fool him into thinking he's right for this Ranger gig. Zack, being very wise beyond his years, says that, there's nothing wrong with Billy being afraid. He's smart, and part of being smart is knowing all the things out there that there are to be afraid of. Even the strongest of heroes know fear, but the fact that they're all part of a team means they never have to face anything alone. When one stumbles, the others can pick them up. Billy takes this little pep talk to heart because as the comic winds down, he presents the Rangers with their brand new communicator watches so they can always remain in contact with one another. He also decides to return his Joseph Campbell book because he doesn't need it anymore. Aww. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 10 was actually a really smart, really clever, really well put together focus story on Billy the Blue Ranger. There's a real great message in here about how not everyone is born a hero, strong or brave, but if you push yourself hard enough, truly believe in the good of others, you can not only change yourself, you can change the world around you. There are lots of different types of heroes in the world, and sometimes a hero is just someone who works at it every day to overcome their own inadequate feelings. Again, Higgins does a real amazing job adding depth and complexity to characters who on television never really had those things. I dare say this might actually be one of the stronger, more poignant issues we've had in this series so far, and a nice little example of why I think this book is so damn good for both old and new Power Rangers fans. Overall, I would give this one a very strong 9 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.